Hello, ladies. Today we're talking about something honest, emotional, and deeply important in a romantic relationship, intimacy, but not just intimacy in general. We're talking about the kind of connection that stays in a man's thoughts long after the moment has passed, the kind that changes the way he sees you, the kind that makes him remember your smile, your laugh, your scent, and the unique energy you bring every time you're together. Before we go any further, I want to make one thing clear. This isn't about putting on a performance or ignoring your own happiness to impress someone else. It's about understanding what truly creates a memorable experience so both of you can enjoy a deeper bond, stronger chemistry, and a more meaningful relationship. When you understand what attracts a man emotionally, mentally, and physically, you discover a level of confidence that most people never even realize exists. So, if you've ever been curious about what men genuinely value in a close relationship, take a second to like this video. Subscribe if you're ready to improve every part of your dating life, from emotional connection to lasting attraction. And once you've watched until the end, leave a comment telling me which of these 5 ideas connected with you the most, because I always enjoy reading your thoughts. Stay with me, because what comes next may completely change how you see attraction. Let's dive in and explore the 5 things many men quietly hope for, but often struggle to put into words. Most people believe men are driven almost entirely by what they see. There's some truth in that, but there's something even more powerful that often gets ignored. Mental attraction. If you want to create an experience that stays in a man's mind for days or even weeks, you need to understand one simple truth. Real attraction doesn't begin in the bedroom. It starts much earlier, much. It begins the moment you walk into the room. It begins in the way you hold eye contact while he's speaking. It grows through those small everyday moments that slowly build excitement without either of you needing to say much. Here's where everything starts to make sense. A man isn't only drawn in by appearance or physical touch. He's captivated when he feels there's a playful mystery between you, when your words, your tone, and your expressions spark his imagination. That's when he keeps thinking about you. That's when he catches himself smiling during the middle of a busy day because something you said keeps replaying in his mind. Imagine you're having dinner together. You're wearing something that makes you feel confident, not because you're trying to impress him, but because you enjoy how you feel. You lean in slightly while talking, then naturally lean back, creating a rhythm that keeps the conversation alive. Your hand brushes against his for just a second longer than expected. Maybe you smile and jokingly tell him he's trouble before looking away with quiet confidence. Those tiny moments might seem insignificant, but they're exactly what he'll remember hours later. That's where lasting attraction truly begins. The strongest kind of attraction doesn't shout for attention. It quietly invites someone to come closer. That's the beauty of mental connection. It's found in the pauses, the anticipation, and the little details left unsaid. Don't miss the next part, because this is where many people get it wrong. Men, just like women, want to feel genuinely desired, not out of desperation, but because they're uniquely appreciated. They want to know your attraction is real and personal, that it's about who they are rather than simply being in the right place at the right time. Few feelings are more meaningful than believing they bring out a side of you that no one else sees. That creates a connection far deeper than surface attraction. And here's another point people often overlook. Many men enjoy playful teasing when it's warm, confident, and respectful. A simple message that says, "I had the funniest dream about you. I'll tell you later," can stay in his thoughts all day because curiosity naturally fuels anticipation. It's not about playing games. It's about allowing excitement to build naturally instead of rushing every moment. That's why attraction often begins long before any physical closeness. Many women believe they should save all the romance for private moments, but the truth is the emotional build-up is often half the experience. Anticipation Anticipation creates excitement, and excitement gives ordinary moments extraordinary meaning. Think of it like the difference between grabbing a quick meal and slowly enjoying one that's been prepared with care. One simply satisfies the moment, while the other becomes something you'll remember. There's also real value in taking your time. This isn't about manipulation or creating unnecessary distance. It's about allowing the connection to unfold naturally. In a world where people expect everything instantly, slowing things down can make every shared moment feel more meaningful. A gentle smile, a playful "not yet," or simply enjoying the anticipation can make the experience feel richer and more memorable. It shifts the focus beyond physical attraction and toward wanting your presence, your attention, your conversation, your warmth, and the unique feeling only you bring. And that's often what leaves the deepest impression long after the moment is over. When you connect with his mind first, every physical moment carries more meaning. That's what makes the experience unforgettable. Once a man is emotionally and mentally engaged, every kiss feels more passionate, every touch carries more intensity, and every glance says far more than words ever could. Suddenly, it isn't just about physical intimacy anymore. It's about creating memories that stay with him long after the moment has passed. So if you ever wonder how to leave a lasting impression, don't start by thinking about what happens in the bedroom. Think about the conversations you have, the way you smile, the confidence in your eyes, and the small moments that make his pulse quicken before you ever reach for his hand. That's the real power of attraction. It begins in the mind and naturally flows into everything else. That's the first secret to building an unforgettable connection, one that draws him back not only because of how you look, but because of the incredible person behind your smile. Now let's move to the next secret, and trust me, this one changes everything. When people think about attraction, they usually picture beautiful clothes, elegant lingerie, high heels, flawless makeup, or perfect lighting. Those things can certainly add to the mood, but they are never the deciding factor. A woman can wear the most stunning outfit imaginable and still not feel attractive. And believe me, he notices that difference immediately. The energy changes. So what truly stands out? Confidence. Confidence is the real beauty that no outfit can replace. It's reflected in the way you stand, the way you move naturally, the calmness in your eyes, and the comfort you feel in your own skin. It's the quiet certainty that allows you to express yourself without constantly worrying about being judged. Stay with me, because this is where many people misunderstand attraction. Confidence doesn't mean believing you're perfect. Every person has insecurities. Everyone has moments when they question themselves or focus on flaws they wish they could change. Real confidence simply means accepting yourself as you are today, instead of waiting for perfection before allowing yourself to feel attractive. That's the energy people naturally respond to. Men are rarely looking for perfection. They're far more drawn to presence. When you're fully engaged in the moment, instead of constantly analyzing yourself, trying to impress, or wondering how you look, your attention shifts toward genuine connection. That authentic presence creates an atmosphere that's impossible to fake. People are naturally attracted to someone who is relaxed, comfortable, and sincerely enjoying the experience instead of performing for approval. When you allow yourself to smile naturally, laugh freely, and respond honestly, your confidence becomes visible without you saying a single word. People notice when someone feels secure within themselves, and that quiet self-assurance is often far more memorable than any carefully planned appearance. The strongest attraction comes from authenticity, because genuine emotions always leave a deeper impression than rehearsed ones. Here's something worth remembering. People notice much more than your appearance. They notice your posture, your eye contact, your tone of voice, and the calm confidence you carry into every room. Sometimes the smallest gesture, like holding eye contact for an extra second or smiling with quiet certainty, says more than anything else could. That's the kind of presence that stays in someone's mind. The best part is that confidence isn't something you're simply born with. It's something you develop over time. Every time you learn more about yourself, trust your instincts, respect your own boundaries, and become comfortable expressing your personality, your confidence grows stronger. It becomes part of your energy, and people naturally feel it. Have you ever met someone who wasn't necessarily the most conventionally attractive person around, yet everyone seemed drawn to them anyway? Chances are it wasn't because of perfect features. It was because they carried themselves with confidence and authenticity. They weren't trying to become someone else. They were completely comfortable being themselves. That's the kind of presence that people remember long after they've walked away. So the next time you're sharing a meaningful moment with someone, don't spend your energy worrying about how you look. Focus on how you feel. Let yourself enjoy the conversation, the laughter, and the connection without constantly judging yourself. Confidence grows when you stop chasing perfection and start appreciating who you already are. That's what transforms an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. And believe it or not, that's often what people remember most. Now let's move to another important idea. Here's where things become even more interesting. Consistency can be wonderful in many parts of life, but every meaningful relationship also benefits from freshness and surprise. Many couples naturally fall into familiar routines because routines feel comfortable. Before long, the same conversations, the same plans, and the same habits start repeating themselves. There's nothing wrong with familiarity, but when every experience becomes predictable, some of the excitement naturally fades. Think about your favorite song. You may absolutely love it, but if you play it every single day in exactly the same way, eventually some of the magic disappears. The same idea applies to keeping a relationship exciting. Variety doesn't mean changing partners or constantly doing something dramatic. It simply means creating new experiences together. It might be trying a different restaurant, planning an unexpected date, taking a spontaneous weekend trip, sharing a hobby neither of you has tried before, or surprising each other with thoughtful gestures that break the routine. It's the feeling of wondering, I wonder what we'll do next, that keeps curiosity alive. Sometimes the smallest surprise creates the biggest emotional impact. Maybe you're the one who plans the evening without telling him where you're going. Maybe you send a playful message during the day reminding him that you're looking forward to seeing him later. Maybe you simply suggest doing something completely different from your usual routine. Those little moments of unpredictability make the relationship feel fresh because they remind both of you that there's always something new to discover together. Think of it like preparing your favorite meal. The ingredients may stay the same, but changing the presentation or adding a new flavor makes the entire experience feel different. The relationship remains the same, but each new shared experience adds another layer to your connection. Most importantly, exploring new experiences benefits both of you. It encourages growth, creates lasting memories, and allows each person to express different parts of their personality. You get to be playful one day, deeply emotional the next, adventurous another time, and quietly romantic after that. When two people feel comfortable showing every side of themselves without fear of judgment, the relationship becomes richer, stronger, and far more meaningful. That's where lasting attraction truly lives, and that's what keeps the connection growing instead of standing still. Let's be honest about something people rarely admit. Most of us are naturally drawn to a little excitement, a little mystery, and a sense of surprise. That doesn't mean you have to look outside your relationship to find it. Often, all it takes is discovering new sides of the connection you already share. Trying different date ideas, changing your routine, exploring fresh experiences together, spending time in new places, or simply breaking away from the usual pattern can completely change the energy between you. Even small changes can make familiar moments feel exciting again. These shifts don't just keep things interesting, they send a message that your relationship is still growing, that you're still curious about each other, and that you're willing to keep discovering new layers together. Curiosity keeps attraction alive because it reminds both of you that there's always something left to explore. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone from time to time. There isn't one perfect formula for creating a lasting relationship, and there certainly isn't one right way to build closeness. Growth comes from being open to new experiences, learning together, laughing together, and occasionally surprising each other. The more you stay curious, the more your relationship continues to evolve instead of becoming predictable. That's where lasting excitement comes from. It isn't about constant intensity. It's about keeping the connection fresh enough that every chapter feels a little different from the last. Now, here's another idea that completely changes the way many people think about attraction. Stay with me, because this may be the most important point in the entire video. When most people imagine an unforgettable romantic connection, they immediately think about passion, chemistry, and physical attraction. But the strongest relationships are built on something much deeper. They begin with emotional safety. It may not sound exciting at first, yet it's the very foundation that allows two people to be completely themselves. When someone feels accepted instead of judged, heard instead of criticized, and understood instead of dismissed, they naturally become more open. They stop hiding parts of themselves and begin sharing thoughts, dreams, insecurities, and emotions they might never reveal anywhere else. That's when real intimacy begins. Many people quietly carry fears about being misunderstood or rejected, so they hold parts of themselves back. But when you create an atmosphere where honesty is welcomed, everything changes. Conversations become deeper, trust grows stronger, the connection becomes richer because neither person feels the need to pretend. They can laugh together, admit their fears, celebrate their strengths, and be completely authentic without worrying about being criticized. The same is true for you. When you know you're accepted for who you are, you're far more likely to express your thoughts openly, communicate your needs clearly, and enjoy every moment without constantly second-guessing yourself. That version of you is confident, relaxed, and unforgettable because it's completely genuine. Emotional safety means feeling comfortable saying what you enjoy, expressing your opinions respectfully, setting healthy boundaries, and listening with the same openness when your partner shares theirs. Imagine someone trusting you enough to reveal something deeply personal. The way you respond in that moment has the power to strengthen or weaken the relationship. If you react with patience, curiosity, and kindness, trust grows even stronger. That's where real closeness is created. It's not built through perfection, it's built through acceptance. The stronger that foundation becomes, the easier it is for both of you to grow together, try new experiences, support one another, and face challenges as a team. Emotional safety doesn't make a relationship less exciting. It gives both people the confidence to be completely themselves. And that's where the deepest connection lives. So if you want a relationship that lasts, start by creating space for honest conversations, mutual respect, genuine curiosity, and understanding. Encourage openness. Respect each other's boundaries. Listen without rushing to judge. Speak honestly while making room for your partner to do the same. When two people feel safe enough to remove the masks they wear around the world, they discover a level of closeness that can't be forced. That's where trust becomes unshakable, attraction grows naturally, and the relationship continues getting stronger with time. And here's one final secret that many couples overlook. The most meaningful moments don't end when the exciting part is over. In many ways, that's where the next chapter of connection actually begins. Many people spend so much time thinking about the build-up, the anticipation, the chemistry, and the biggest moments that they completely overlook something just as meaningful: what happens afterward. This is one of the most underrated parts of building a lasting connection. Think of it as the emotional bridge that carries the closeness beyond the moment itself. It's the quiet reminder that what you shared wasn't only about excitement, it was about each other. Here's something that often goes unspoken. After an intimate moment, people naturally become more emotionally open, even if they never admit it. The excitement settles, defenses soften, and there's often an unspoken question hanging in the air. Did this truly mean something, or was it only about the moment? That's why the way you treat each other afterward matters so much. It's found in the comfortable silence, the genuine smile, the warm embrace, the shared laugh when everything feels imperfect, and the simple conversations that continue without rushing away. Those ordinary moments often become the ones people remember the most because they communicate care without needing grand gestures. They quietly say, "I'm still here. I still value you." This connection matters. That feeling creates comfort, reassurance, and trust in ways that words alone rarely can. Stay with me because this final point ties everything together. When someone chooses to remain present after sharing a meaningful experience, not because they feel obligated, but because they genuinely want to, it strengthens the emotional bond. It reminds both people that the relationship is built on more than excitement alone. It also reminds you that your own emotional needs deserve attention. Relationships are healthiest when both people feel appreciated, heard, and cared for instead of feeling responsible for carrying all the emotional weight themselves. Don't rush to move on as though the experience has already ended. Spend a few extra moments talking, smiling, holding hands, sharing a laugh, making eye contact, or simply enjoying each other's company. Sometimes the smallest gestures become the most meaningful memories because they allow the closeness to continue instead of ending abruptly. In the end, lasting relationships are never defined by one exciting moment. They're shaped by how two people continue showing kindness, respect, and affection after the excitement fades. That's what transforms memorable experiences into meaningful memories that stay with both of you long afterward. And that brings us to the heart of everything we've talked about today. Real attraction has never been about tricks, games, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming more comfortable with who you already are. It's about carrying genuine confidence, staying emotionally present, communicating openly, and creating a relationship where both people feel respected, appreciated, and understood. It's about keeping curiosity alive, welcoming new experiences together, and building trust that grows stronger with time. When two people feel free to be themselves without fear of judgment, something much deeper than attraction begins to grow. They create a relationship built on honesty, warmth, and emotional connection. That's the kind of bond that lasts because it isn't based only on excitement. It's built on genuine closeness. So take these ideas into your own relationships. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Value your own happiness just as much as your partner's. Stay curious, communicate honestly, nurture your connection, and never underestimate the power of simple acts of kindness. Those are often the moments that people remember the longest. If this video connected with you, be sure to subscribe and become part of this community. We're here to keep learning, growing, and building stronger relationships together. Share your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear which idea stood out to you the most. Thank you for spending your time here today and for being open to seeing relationships from a different perspective. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.